Hi guys, so I have sort of a tattoo reveal kind of video for you guys today. So the first tattoo that I've got, and this one's from my leg, is the M with the purple star, and this was basically for a little girl that I looked after. Unfortunately, she passed away, and her name started with M, and she loved purple, and she was a perfect little star. So I had the M with the star, and then it was coloured and shaded in purple as well. So that is my first tattoo, and that is located on my right leg. The next tattoo that I have is this one, and this is for my brother. Unfortunately, he also passed away when he was a baby. His name was Andrew, hence the Andrew. And then I always thought like butterflies. I love butterflies anyway, but I always thought butterflies represent like freedom, and they could just go wherever they wanted, like free spirits. And obviously they're just beautiful, aren't they? Butterflies are just lovely. So I had a butterfly above it to represent his freedom, and where he can just go and do whatever he wants. That's kind of like that image that I put in it. And then the red's one of my favourite colours, so I went with the red and black theme with that one. The next tattoo that I have is on my left leg, and this one was kind of like an inspirational kind of drive kind of tattoo. It says, "Only those prepared to die will find eternal life," and it's like framed with all the nice swishy lines and stuff. And that basically meant to me that you have to be willing to go to the point of death, really, to get everything that you want. To basically you should just be ready to give up everything to get something that you really, really want, basically, is what the point was trying to get to. But this was from a film. I can't remember what film it was from, but I really, really like the quote. I like what they were trying to get to with it, so I had it tattooed to me because I really, really liked it. So this next tattoo is on my right thigh, and it's a peacock with flowers around it, and I actually just really, really like this tattoo. I love peacocks anyway. Their tails with all the colours, and they're amazing, are just brilliant. And I love the whole way that the tail goes up, swoosh, just to like get a female and all that attraction and everything, and all the colour that they've actually like got in themselves is like amazing. So I really just had this one just because I really, really liked it. It was one of the best drawn tattoos I've ever seen on paper, so it's really, really good. So this is why I had this one tattooed. So this tattoo is one of those really, really sad mistakes you make when you're younger. I think I had this when I was about 16, and the guy that did it was just an absolute waste of space. You can see from the top part that it all blew out, and I went to another tattooist and he tried to fix it, but it's just the scarring underneath wasn't very good, and the tattooist at the time was just shocking. So, but this tattoo is going to be gone over with. I have a plan for my stomach area. I'm going to have like a Garden of Eden, so that will then be covered in that kind of Garden of Eden tree kind of look. But yeah, it's still there. This is on my hip at the moment, but it will be gone eventually. This is just one of those things that you just have done because you think it's good at the time and then realise it was not good. So this tattoo is from Alice in Wonderland, and I have a really unhealthy relationship with this film. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favourite films. The Mad Hatter is one of my favourite characters ever. The dynamics of his character are crazy. Like, he could literally go in any direction. Anyway, this tattoo is a 10 and a 6, and this is the price tag that's on the side of his hat. And I just thought it would be a really cool thing to have because, I mean, I love the Mad Hatter, so this really just sums me up, and it's brilliant. I really, really love it. I want to get more Alice in Wonderland tattoos. I'm probably going to be covered at some point with just Alice in Wonderland tattoos. But he is literally my favourite character, so that's why I had this tattoo done. Now, this tattoo is pretty self-explanatory. Daddy's girl. I absolutely love my dad. He is probably the best man in my entire life, and probably will ever be the best man in my entire life. He's just... I mean, he's my dad, and he's just awesome. He's just one of the best people I've ever known, and he's been through so much, and he's just such a brave person. So I really, really love my dad. So this was literally all this tattoo was about. So this tattoo is another Alice in Wonderland tattoo. This is from the Cheshire Cat, and it says, "We're all mad here." And this is done, I think the lines look a bit funky, but it's because the colour of the lining isn't actually black. It's like a charcoal grey kind of colour. It doesn't set as well in the skin. There's another angle for you there to look at. And it goes round my arm, sort of. And there is an extension for it, but I've not had it done yet. The cat's face is going to be coloured in, and there's going to be loads of like funky colours coming out and stuff. So it's going to be really, really awesome. So this tattoo is ancient ruin symbols from Viking time. And the bottom one means strength and the top one means fertility, and I've kind of got like a fascination with symbols and those kind of things. I love like the Da Vinci Code and all the different Latin lettering and everything. I think it's just amazing. So that's 2 out of 3. I've not had the other one done yet. I'm having Warrior done. Just above it is like a funky arrow kind of thing. But those are 2 out of 3 that I've had done, and that's pretty awesome. And I love symbols, like I said, so it's really, really cool. So this next tattoo is a cross with the All-Seeing Eye and then Dio Fidemus written underneath. Dio Fidemus means in God I trust, and I'm not a very religious person. I don't believe in God or anything like that, but I was christened and it's kind of been in my family for years, so I had a cross tattoo done, but the All-Seeing Eye is kind of more me, like he's crying because of all the fatalities and everything that people do to each other, like the people that go out and kill each other and the people that we could help but don't help and all those sorts of things. And then I like all the swirls and everything, and the whole design is just really, really nice. It's really like in-depth kind of cross. So it's like the cross, you could have a simple cross, but the in-depth ones means there's so many different layers to this aspect. Like there's so many different things you could have. Every swirl means something different kind of thing. So rather than just having a plain cross like I believe in God, I had all these layers put in for all the swirls that like maybe they're thoughts that branch off it. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So that's really cool, and I really like my cross. It's quite cool. That one's down my right arm, so it's one of the main pieces that people see when I'm in t-shirts. So this next tattoo is Greek lettering, and it basically says live, love, laugh. Get it out in the right order. There's lots of L's in that one. And this was basically, I know that loads of people get the cliche tattoo, and I didn't want the same thing, but I like the idea of it. Like, everyone should be happy, everyone should have the chance to love someone, and everyone should always live their lives to the maximum potential that they could. You should do something that makes you happy. That's basically what it is. If you love doing it, then do it. It doesn't matter if people are making fun out of you. This is what you should do. So this basically what this tattoo was. I got it in Greek because I love Greek writing. It's just so nice. I love the swirls and the swishes. So this is what this tattoo was. Okay guys, so this next tattoo is on my lower back, and it's basically like kind of like a mirror image of myself, maybe in a parallel universe, with the wings, which is like the feminine part of myself, and then the pirate, which is like the feisty, adventurous, you know, explorative person that wants to find something awesome. But this was supposed to be like a parallel of me. The main reason it's purple and blue is because that's my favourite colours, aside to the green. But this is basically what it is, and then the wings, obviously. At the time, we didn't think it would work, but it kind of works. It kind of works, and I really, really like it. Like, she's got her head to the side, so she's like slightly shy, but still ready for battle if there was a fight. And also, for a slight detail there, on the hat, it's not a skull and crossbones. It is a cookie and crossbones because I absolutely love cookies. They're like my favourite food ever. So that is what that is on the hat. Okay guys, so this tattoo was basically just stars of my favourite colours. So I always love purple, red and green. Blue's kind of up there with it now. I didn't really like blue when I had this colour, but I really like blue now. So maybe I'll get an extension on it. I quite like to have things around it, but I can't decide what I want to have around it. It's sort of in my back area, so it's kind of like awkward to have something around it. So I need to think about that one, but I got time. I'm only young. So this next tattoo is also on my back. It's just under, well, it's sort of in the middle, just under where my brow would be. But it's an R with the Roman numerals 14. It's basically, I went to Rome in 2014 and me and my friend got holiday tattoos for it. So the R standing for Rome, and then the Roman numerals in the 14 for the year that we went. Okay, so this tattoo located on my arm is slightly more complicated. It's basically a signpost with all the favourite places from my favourite films. So we've got at the top Panem, followed by Halloween Town, Neverland, Hogwarts, and then pointing downwards is Wonderland. So we've got Tinkerbell for Neverland, which I had coloured in. And then we have Down the Rabbit Hole written under Wonderland, as if it's going down the hole, like it's being sucked down. This is one of my favourite tattoos, obviously because it's from the film. The sign Panem has like arrows shooting into it, which you can just see a little bit better there. And then we have Hedwig sitting on the Hogwarts sign. And I also have Jack Skellington with the golden snitch just kind of hovering around there looking really pleased. It's as if he's been to Hogwarts, like the way he does in the film where he goes to Christmas Land or Christmas Town. And he steals Santa. Now he's stolen the golden snitch kind of thing going around it. This tattoo's not finished yet. I'm also having roses put round it. They're going to be coloured white, and then they're going to have like red paint dripping from them from Alice in Wonderland. You know when they say that they paint the roses red, so it's going to look as if they've been painted, basically. So that'll be really, really cool. And then I'm having the backgrounds like watercolour tattooed, so it's going to look really, really cool when it's finished. This next tattoo is from Harry Potter, and it's located on the side of my arm. Basically, I open at the close, which is like self-explanatory. It's from the Golden Snitch when it has the Eternity Stone inside it, and Harry has to accept that he's ready to die and ready to go through all of that right at the end. So that's basically what it means. I open it, close. It opened when Harry was ready to accept that he was going to die. And it also has another meaning. I have an illness that's really, really complicated, but basically at the end of it, when I have this thing removed, is like I'll be cut open at the end, which sounds gross, but it's kind of also what it means. Like I'll open at the close, so then after that it'll all be over and everything will be all good. But that's basically, it's like a double kind of meaning kind of thing to it, so that's cool. So this next tattoo is from Harry Potter as well, obviously, and it was done for Severus Snape. I was really, really sad when he died. I literally had this tattoo done probably a couple of days later, and it's basically the Deathly Hallows with the always word. So the Deathly Hallows are the A, and then the rest is always, and you've got the lightning bolt in the Y. And it basically is just because that's one of the most marked moments for Severus Snape, when everyone finds out at the end Lily was actually this really good person and he did so much for Harry, all because he loved Lily. And it was like the best thing ever, and it just seemed perfect to have it done. And it's like you'll always love Harry Potter, even when you're like 100, you'll probably still love Harry Potter because it's one of the most marked films and books from our generation ever. So this next tattoo is an owl, and it's not yet finished. I need to get it coloured and lots of shiny flowers and stuff around it. But it's basically an owl wearing a masquerade ball mask. I'm having the mask coloured in like a really nice blue and like kind of like a silvery kind of, I want it like a glittery effect, so it's going to be really nice. I had this done quite a while ago, so I do really need to get it coloured, but I keep getting distracted with other tattoos. But this is basically, I love owls. I'm fascinated with nature as itself. I love documentaries on owls and animals in general. Like all of David Attenborough's, I probably like mulled over all of them. But and I also love masquerade ball masks from like all those years ago when people used to go to balls and stuff, and they all look amazing with these big feathery masks. So I had a feathery mask put on this owl. Whether he appreciated it or not, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to have flowers put around it before it's finished and coloured, and it's going to look amazing when it's finished. But yeah, that's probably, I think this is the last tattoo that I've documented on here. I do have some more, but they're either not finished or they're half tattoos, and there's not much point putting them on until they're actually finished. These ones are all the basis with linings and finishes. So these are all my tattoos so far up to date that I can possibly show you. So there you go. If you're interested in my tattoos, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you later.